talking about all the Hayao Miyazaki's, I have to talk about Isao Takahata. Isao Takahata passed away a while ago after making the film Princess Kaguya. And as you know, Isao Takahata and Hayao Miyazaki was like friends and foe and comrades or whatever. In the movie, the Boys and the Heron, there's this great uncle figures appear there. But Hayao Miyazaki talked about that particular figure is based on Isao Takahata. And I would tell you how Hayao Miyazaki felt about Isao Takahata. Isao Takahata is more like an innovator, and Isao Takahata is like a dreamer, and always dreamt probably the ideal for his anime making, I would say. And I think Hayao Miyazaki kind of revered for that, and that showed in that movie. And in this particular movie, also there's a heron there, right? Heron is, I think, modeled according to Hayao Miyazaki, the Toshio Suzuki, his producer. And always there's a Toshio Suzuki, Isao Takahata in the background for his anime making. So, but Isao Takahata's movie, I understand there's a lot of them, like Graves of Fireflies, lots of great movies there, but there's lots of fine films by Isao Takahata that I like to mention. And one of the YouTube reviewers suggested that maybe I should do a review of this particular early Isao Takahata's movie called Omoide Poro Poro. This is literally translated to like a memories, coming out from my heart or something like that. But its English title is Only Yesterday, and you can have a DVDs and everything. But this particular movie, for a long time, I didn't have access to it because there's no DVD made. And but many people are talking about it. The Ghibli fan, Isao Takahata fans are talking about this particular movie. So finally it came out, so I bought that particular film DVDs, and it's wonderful film. It's a very kind of a small film. It doesn't capture the lots of scopes or anything, but it's one aspect of it is like one person's idea of happiness. What is happiness for one person is that she, the particular protagonist of the particular anime, is about probably 20, 22, 23, 24, and maybe close to 30. I have no idea, but she went to work from the countryside she brought up, but I think she after working in Tokyo for a while, she realized that she should visit the country because she needs the break of the stressful life in Tokyo. So she goes home, and that particular sentiment that I also came from countryside, went to Tokyo, and really miss the home that I grew up with. So every time I goes home, and that particular feeling is so precious, so refreshing, so nature driven, because most of the countryside in Japan is more like beautiful mountains and rustic scenery and nice people, I would say. So the particular feeling is very common in Japan, and especially people who lives in Tokyo. Most people Tokyo came from the countryside, and they love Tokyo because Tokyo is very exciting and you know very invigorating lifestyle. Uh, but of course, they have parents live in their home in the country, and so they really miss the countryside visiting, and I think that's why some of the you know young people who came to Tokyo. I think the feeling is that yeah, sometimes you want to rethink about living in Tokyo versus living in the country side. So this particular young woman visit this country, and I think she felt invigorated in the country, a very natural environment, growing vegetables, meeting the much nicer people than Tokyo, and so she meet this young boy who apparently I think uh, you know liking this particular protagonist, and so they made she made friend with him, and spent some time there in countryside together, and so the time for going back to Tokyo, she said farewell to all these people, all this countryside, with very mixed feeling. Whether or not uh, she really wanted to go back to live in Tokyo again, or she should rethink. And she met this young boy that she started to like. Um, so she get into the train, and that's when the very fantastic things happened in the train. And this fantastic image is that she all of a sudden remembers her childhood at school, in elementary school and so forth, in this the countryside elementary school probably, and all these kids shows up in the train and play around her, and so she was kind of bothered by this image, and but she was at the same time she was enjoying this particular image, and so long before she goes back to Tokyo, the train arrives in Tokyo, she realized that yeah, I have to go back. I have to stay in the country. So that's probably the gist of this particular film. And the animation is very traditional animation, very nice, beautiful, of course, coming from Ghibli, Studio Ghibli film. And the feeling you get is very nice, uh, nostalgic feeling of the past, and the feeling of the home that you grew up, or the feeling of this connected to the earth, or something like that. I think that's probably gist of this particular film. And yeah, so if you have if you are a fan of Studio Ghibli, Hayao Miyazaki, Isao Takahata, you should watch this movie. Isao Takahata made Princess Kaguya. I think that's the last one he made. And other than that, I think the Fires of Grave Flies and the Graves of Fireflies. I'm sorry, Graves of Fireflies, and the other film is probably My Neighbors Yamada, Pompoko, something like that. And those things, I would say kind of a minor film, but each film has a different style. All the Hayao Miyazaki's animation, the visual art is pretty much the same. Same type of kids show up, same type of the wide-eyed kids of Japanese anime shows up there. But Isao Takahata is very different, artistic. Each film has a very different looks to it. Like a Princess Kaguya, for example, very different anime making. They are very unique, artistic drawing, and like My Neighbor's Yamada is also very cartoonish, very rough sketches. But all these ideas are very experimental, but very, I think, effective, I would say.